In the crushing darkness of the Bay of Bengal, there is a god that feeds on the very concept of who you are. To look at it is to forget you ever existed. To be near it is to feel your soul dissolving into a cold, endless void. This is SCP-3000.
Item number SCP-3000. Object Class Thaumiel.
Special Containment Procedures. The area containing SCP-3000, currently designated as Site-151, is to be kept under a permanent maritime exclusion zone. This zone extends in a 50-kilometer radius from the entity's primary location. No civilian or unauthorized vessels are permitted within this perimeter. Deep-sea surveillance drones are to maintain a 24-hour watch on the entity's movement, though SCP-3000 is largely sedentary.
Personnel assigned to Site-151 must undergo rigorous psychological screening and cognitive resistance training. Due to the high risk of memory loss and dissociative identity disorder, all staff are required to check in with a site psychiatrist every 48 hours. Any personnel exhibiting signs of the Anantashesha effect, characterized by severe lethargy, inability to recall personal history, or fixation on the void, must be immediately removed from the site and administered a high-calorie diet and cognitive therapy.
The extraction of Compound Y-909 is the primary objective of Site-151. This process requires the introduction of live organic matter to SCP-3000 to stimulate the production of the compound. D-Class personnel used for this purpose are to be delivered via the specialized deep-sea extraction rig. Under no circumstances are Foundation divers to approach SCP-3000 without a direct order from the site director.
Description: SCP-3000 is a massive, aquatic, serpentine entity resembling a moray eel of gargantuan proportions. While its full length is impossible to determine due to its coiled nature and the depth at which it resides, estimates place it between 600 and 900 kilometers. Its head measures roughly 2.5 meters in diameter, and its body displays numerous vestigial organs along its length.
SCP-3000 is a Class 8 cognitohazard. Simply observing the entity or being within a certain proximity to it causes severe psychological distress and memory erasure. This is not a simple forgetting of facts. It is a fundamental dissolution of the subject's identity. Victims often describe a sensation of their self leaking out of them, replaced by a profound, suffocating emptiness. The entity is also the primary source of Compound Y-909. This gray, viscous fluid is secreted by SCP-3000 when it feeds. Y-909 is the essential ingredient in the Foundation's high-grade amnestics. Without SCP-3000,
the Foundation's ability to maintain the veil of secrecy across the globe would collapse within months. Effectively, the Foundation's mission is sustained by the secretions of a monster that erases the human soul.
Addendum 3000.1 Discovery Log. SCP-3000 was first identified in 1971 following reports of mass disappearances among local fishing communities and numerous reports of the Great Eel from sailors in the Bay of Bengal. Initial Foundation recovery teams found that entire villages along the coast had succumbed to a form of contagious dementia. People would sit in their huts, staring at the walls, unable to remember their own names or how to eat.
Deep-sea exploration eventually localized the source of the anomaly at a depth of 5,000 meters. The initial dive team, consisting of 3 Foundation divers in pressurized suits, experienced immediate cognitive failure upon making visual contact. One diver disconnected his own air hose, claiming he didn't need it anymore because there was nothing left to breathe for. The remaining 2 were recovered, but their memories of their entire lives prior to the dive were gone.
Addendum 3000.2 The Atman Project and Y909 Extraction. The discovery of Y909 transformed SCP-3000 from a Keter-class threat into a Thaumiel-class asset. The Atman Project was established to formalize the harvesting of this substance. The process is harrowing. SCP-3000 does not appear to need to eat for biological sustenance, but it reacts to the presence of live humans. When a D-class subject is lowered to the entity's mouth, SCP-3000 does not always strike immediately. It often looms in the darkness, its massive eyes reflecting the submersible's lights, and waits. During this period, the subject begins to undergo total ego death. They start to speak in voices that are not their own, recounting memories of people they have never met, or describing the blackness between stars. Once the subject is consumed, SCP-3000 begins to secrete Y909 through its skin and gills. This fluid is collected by automated suction units. The more coherent the identity of the person consumed, the higher the quality of the Y909 produced. This has led to the disturbing realization that the Foundation is quite literally turning human lives and memories into the very tools used to make the rest of the world forget.
Addendum 3000.3 Incident Report. Diver Krishnamurthy. The following is a transcript of the audio log from Diver Krishnamurthy during a routine maintenance check.
I can see it. It's not moving, but it's vibrating. Do you hear that? The hum. It's not in my ears, it's in my bones. Site 151, do you copy? The lights on the rig are flickering. I'm looking at its eye. It's bigger than my house, and it's so dark in there.
There's something wrong. I'm thinking about my mother, but she doesn't have a face. I can see the kitchen in my childhood home, but the windows just look out into the water. Why am I here? I remember the Foundation. I remember the oath. Words are just sounds now.
It's opening its mouth. It isn't even fast. It's slow, like a door opening. I can see the things inside. They aren't teeth. They're like memories, jagged and sharp. I think I see my first dog in there. I see my wedding day. It's all just floating in the throat of this thing. It's not an animal. It's a hole in the universe.
Communication was lost shortly after. Recovery teams found Krishnamurthy's diving suit completely empty. The seals were intact. There was no sign of a struggle. The only thing left in the suit was a small amount of Y909.
Addendum 3000.4. Internal memo from Dr. Mann. We need to stop pretending that SCP-3000 is just a big eel. It's not. It is an entropic deity. We use Y909 to make the world forget the monsters, the ghosts, and the things that go bump in the night. But every time we use an amnestic, we are using a piece of the void that SCP-3000 provides. We are feeding it. Not just D-Class, but the very concept of human history. We are trading our past for a peaceful present. There is a philosophy in the old texts about the Anantashesha, the serpent that remains when everything else is destroyed. I think it allowed us to find it. It doesn't just eat your body. It eats the fact that you ever existed. I asked a D-Class before he went down what he was afraid of. He didn't say death. He didn't say pain. He looked at the sonar image of SCP-3000 and said, "I'm afraid that when I die, there won't be anyone left to remember that I was ever afraid at all." He was right. Deep-sea surveillance recently captured a change in SCP-3000's behavior. It has begun to coil tighter. The hum is becoming louder. Site-151 personnel are reporting a new recurring dream. A vast, dark ocean where the stars are being blinked out one by a long, flickering tongue. The Foundation will continue the Atman Project. We have no choice. The world is too full of things that must be forgotten. We will continue to feed the serpent. We will continue to harvest the void. And we will continue to tell ourselves that we are the ones in control. If you are hearing this, you still have your name. You still have your past.
Appreciate it while the lights are still on, because in the deep, the Anantashesha is waiting, and it is very, very hungry. Subscribe for more files from the Foundation's darkest archive.